Hey, it's Artistic Nick. Thanks for the click. In tonight's tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how to draw Marvel superheroes. Hit subscribe, smack the notifications button, follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Hey guys, Artistic Nick here. Thanks for the click. Welcome to today's drawing tutorial. I'm going to be drawing you Deadpool. I'm going to be using my V5 high-tech point thin pen, and I'm also going to be using my black Sharpie. A couple of you on the community have asked if I can talk you through the whole process of where I'm going with this. So I thought I'd give that a try today. So Deadpool, he's got a funny shaped head. So what I'm going to start with, as always, is I'm going to try and find a point for his eyes. So I'm going to come down, and his eyes are quite big. He's got a black sort of outline around his eyes. I'm going to find the shape of his side of his head here, which comes down into his cheek and then around. They're not a huge difference really between Spider-Man's eyes, slightly smaller in the middle. And then he's got his white pupils here. So coming almost to the same height, we're going to make a dot there, and then I'm going to swoop round. We're going to come down to that point. This is then going to swoop round and back in. And then I'm going to make his other, it's not his pupil, but it's the white part of his eye. So I think you can already see there that we are getting something that looks similar. So his head, he's got sort of a funny shaped hat on. It's almost like an elf's hat, or a small Father Christmas hat. So he's got this small tuft at the back there that sticks out, which gives us a good reference. And then down and round across the bottom, trying to make that as continuous as you can. He's got a small crease which comes in there. So that's his head pretty much done. Coming across now, I'm going to find one of his shoulders, and I'm going to try and find a similar point on the other side just to give me some balance in the drawing there. Now in this picture, Deadpool's actually, he's got a gun in his left hand. So let's try and find this part of his arm. So he's got some muscles bulging going into his forearms. A lot of the Marvel characters have got this very similar forearm shape to them. And again, they've also all got this kind of, it's almost like a wristband or something that goes around their hand. So let's find his thumb now. So his thumb's sort of halfway, starts halfway up the wristband and there, and the bottom of his hand comes in here. So we could just see the handle of the gun sticking out. Let's go to the top part of the gun now, just to make sure that we've got some balance and some parallel lines coming out to give us the shape of the gun. We're going to continue those out, and they're going to slightly spread out, just giving us some perspective so that it looks as though the gun is coming forwards. And the round muzzle. The underside of the gun there, I suppose, where the laser sights and things like that would sit if there were such a thing on there. Coming under now under the trigger. See his little fingers under there. We've got something that's starting to resemble a gun now. So let's find, he's got a like a circular shape in the centre of his body there, which looks like he's got almost a parachute harness that is attached to him, coming off to either side. So we're just going to go up with some lines coming off there, and then there's one underneath coming down, and then he's got his Deadpool symbol, so another circular shape with his trademark Deadpool symbol there, which we'll colour in black. Either side of his body, he's got, around his shoulders, he's got this cut into shape there, and he's got a utility belt on as well, coming off from that. With a couple of small pockets. I guess he's using those for keeping extra weapons and goodies inside. It's got some detailing on the shoulders and something underneath that armpit there. Okay, let's look for his bottom of his body in between his legs. Again, a lot of the Marvel superheroes have got that type of shape. I suppose it's where the legs join. You certainly see it if you buy the action figures. It's where the legs join and pivot around. He's got some chunky legs, slightly bigger going into his calves. And then we've got a similar shape underneath this area here than we had at the top of his arm, or this wristbandy kind of thing. So again, a lot of the Marvel characters have that. They've got nice big feet which come out again wider at the bottom, showing that we've got some perspective similar to the gun. We've got some detailing on the shoe here, similar to around his arms, his shoulders. And let's put a little sole in there. So let's come on to the second leg now. So we're going to come out again from the end of the bottom of his body there, the pivot point for his legs. Got some chunky calves again. His knee is going to be about level with this crease here, so that's where his knee is there. And then we're going to have a similar, I don't know what you call this, but it's like a wristband around his ankle, a sock or something, and into his foot. So this foot is a side-on profile. Okay, so he's actually holding a sword in this area over here with his elbow bent. So if we find the elbow, which is it's about halfway in between the top of his eye here and his actual white iris. So I'm going to find that for his top of his elbow, and then we're going to just arc that round. That's under his armpit here, and we can just see the bottom of his sword. Guess he's got two swords on his back. He's using his gun in one hand. So we've got a couple more of these small bags on his utility belt there, and one up here, side on there, and one more there. There we go. Okay, so on with this hand or elbow, which is bending in. So we're going to look for the edge of his bicep there and a crease, and his wristband again, which he had on his hand holding the gun, which just gives us that indication of his forearm. And then he's got some little sausagey fingers, 2, 3, 4, and a thumb that bends back in on itself there. And the end of his sword, his samurai sword, I guess it is. And we're just going to do some taping detail there just to give it the look of a more traditional samurai sword. Now we've got the end of the sword, I guess. There we go. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to take the black Sharpie. We're just going to make the eyes black. I'm just going to fill in a few of the darker areas just to make those eyes stand out. But quite a simple drawing, really. I guess this is a less realistic cartoon, if there is such a thing. I think a couple of the last Marvel characters that I did, the Spider-Man and the Hulk, certainly Captain America, were the slightly more realistic. I guess this is more of a manga style, or the bobblehead characters that you can buy. That style of Deadpool, I just quite like the reference that we were working from. Again, this would look really nice coloured in his red outfit, but I'm just going to go for a few of the darker areas in this drawing, a couple of the black, using this black Sharpie pen. It's thicker. On my last drawing, which was Spider-Man, or one of my last, when I did Spider-Man anyway, I tried to fill in some of the black around his eyes with the thinner pen, the VTech Pilot, and it didn't get as good a coverage. So I thought on my next one, if there is any black work, any bulk work that I've got to get through, I will use the Sharpie pen. So it's good to have them both to hand. I'm going to put a link up above you right now, guys, which will take you to my Marvel Superheroes playlist. So there's a few starting to build up in there. I didn't manage to upload one yesterday. I've been ill over the weekend, and I was still feeling the effects. Not over the week, yeah, over the weekend, and I was still feeling the effects yesterday. So it was an early night for me. So hopefully going to crack on and get a couple uploaded today. So we're just going to colour in this detailing under his arm here and around his shoulder. Just coming into this body area there, just to bring out a little bit of the darker areas. Had a bit of a nightmare this morning, came downstairs and was going to start work on one of my graphite pencil drawings, which was a picture of my wife and I on our wedding day. It's taken me 16 to 17 hours already, and for whatever reason I left it out on the table, and my cat decided that would be a good place to sleep. However, unbeknownst to me, the cat had been outside and had a fight and was bleeding, so has now bled all over my drawing of myself and my wife on our wedding day, and I've got to start all over again. So that was a lovely present for me to come down to today. I was just going to sit and do some relaxing drawing with the graphite pencils, and little Oscar had decided that was going to be his bed for the night. So note to self, don't leave works that aren't, well, any work at all, don't leave any of it out when the cat's inside. So I will be putting my drawings away from now on. I think it'll make quite a good YouTube video anyway. Let's have a look at the detailing on his legs there. Probably colour some of this gun in. Let's see, let's take some of the details. I don't love the muzzle there. I don't love the angle that's on. So there we go. Let's take a portion out there. And let's go around his top of his boots. He looks quite cute, this one, doesn't he? So as always, we're getting towards the end of the video now. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. I do appreciate it. I do say in the description and on most of my videos that you really don't realise how much of a difference it makes when you guys watch the videos and you like and comment and share on them. Obviously, I'm a small YouTube channel. It's growing. I'm getting there. but it makes such a big difference when you do comment and like and subscribe. So if you haven't already done so and you're liking this type of video, then please subscribe, hit the notifications button, and you'll be notified of my videos. Again, like I said, I'm trying to be doing daily videos, but yeah, it does mean an awful lot to me. So thank you once again. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. If you just type in Artistic Nick, it's N1K on everything except for Facebook. On Facebook, it allowed me to go with NIK, so you can find me at NIK on Facebook, N1K on everything else. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So thank you so much for watching my Deadpool cartoon tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video.